is Chicago's very own WGN News.
A lot of people relating to this hard reality. American workers are feeling more stuck in their jobs and maybe taking positions they don't necessarily want. Tom Gimbel is here on a Monday to talk about the situation that people are facing. Tom, good to see you.
Good to see you, Ray.
So the labor market is slow. Unemployment is relatively low, but there is something that's bubbling up underneath here.
Yeah, there's interesting, the more you dive into certain sectors, I think the number just went over 8%, which is the highest number in 4 years.
That's people who have a job but don't like their job and want something else.
They're in part-time jobs and they want full-time, or they're discouraged and quit the search. And that's the highest number, over 8% of the workforce is in that category. That's a high number for the first time in 4 years. And that 4 years, think about the timeline. That's the beginning of COVID almost.
So do you think the pandemic has sort of fueled this fire? I mean, or are a lot of things converging at once?
I think we're at an intersection of a lot of different paths. We have COVID hangover, which is now. We have the increase in cost. You got to remember, if we went back in time to 2019, 2020, you could get someone to come into your office to do entry-level basic work for, in Chicago, $12, $13 an hour. Today, that number's $18 to $20 an hour. So you have an economy that's absorbing a 50% increase in what the perceived minimum wage was at that point in time. Now, whether 12 was right or not, I'm not arguing that.
Right.
I'm just saying that's what it was, and today that number's 50% higher.
Because the pay is higher, there are fewer jobs that are available.
Yeah, I think that's exactly. I think what companies found out is that in 21, the economy was still bursting post-COVID. Right? 22, we got a little bit of goodness in the beginning of the year. Then it started to slow down. 23 and 24 were not great. And now we're in this situation where, this is why they want to lower interest rates. Like we got that 25 basis point reduction last week. But in reality, you combine the economy and unemployment. Then you have the uncertainty about tariffs and whether that's going to be unconstitutional and that's not going to get overturned. So CEOs don't want to invest more money. And you have the situation that companies aren't hiring.
So what do you think that means? Long-term, employers are going to be focused on part-time jobs?
Yeah, I think employers are going to say, we're going to do more with less. I think we're really, I'm usually not Chicken Little thinking the sky's falling. I'm an optimist when it comes to this. But my belief is we're going to be in a recession for the better part of a year.
Okay, but the problem, well, that is scary to consider, right? The problem is that leaves more American workers that are trying to pay their bills by taking on more jobs. So they're overworked. But the bigger problem, I think, is that they don't have benefits. And healthcare then becomes an issue because they're not working at one job full time.
Well, I think we're getting into this whole situation that we dealt with 5 years ago, which was the gig economy, right? And when things are good and there's plenty of people ordering DoorDash and taking Ubers, then people were fine with it. Today, it just shows how society can change. And now people want benefits and they want paid vacation, they want retirement. And now we don't have as many jobs available. And that's a problem. And I think you're exactly right. It's gonna hit a head when you look at what people need. And I think for the first time, and probably since 2008, 2009, right? Because COVID was a 3-month blip, Ray. This goes back.
3-year blip.
No, I think 3 months. I think it was real, right? From March until June, and then the economy started to go up again, right? When it reopened. And I think now we're looking at this situation, and it's much more reminiscent of 2008, 2009, of people saying, oh, wait a second. We have international problems, right? Global, we have wars. We have the political problems with Trump and the Democratic Party, and they're fighting. And then we have a slowdown in the economy. Those are three major things we've never had at the same time in a long, long time.
So what's happening then is you have people that have really impressive qualifications. They may have an advanced degree. They have lots of job experience that are now finding themselves struggling like they were, just out of college or entering the job market. So this is a tall order, but what advice do you pass along to people?
I think number one is that social media is the enemy. Is that what I'm going to tell you? Is that I think people go on social media and they see people taking time off work and they're not working as hard and they know somebody who struck it rich with a startup company. And I think you kind of got to put blinders on and say, I have to take an entry-level job. Money isn't important as much as industry. Right? Don't go looking for the highest paying job because it might take a long time. You need experience on your resume that's going to make you more valuable. So find out what industry you want to be in and get in that and take that job. It's almost going back in time, right? Starting in the mailroom and working your way up. That's what's important.
I just read between those lines. I saw hang in there, baby. Tom Gimbel, good to have you on a Monday. Thanks.
Always good to see you,
All
Ray.
right, see you later.
Yep.